We are tonight's entertainment.
Hey guys, it's Maverick. Welcome back to another video. We got another one, Bomber Cyberpunk versus Jsrf Vs Future. Who's better? I could have done those little like mini shorts with the fancy little editing and just quickly. I kind of want to talk just a bit in detail on each one. So I'm going off of a list, and I'm thinking, should I do it? I'm just gonna show it all. So this is the list. This is all that I could think of. Let me know if there's any more topics in the comments. So here we go. Gameplay. For gameplay, I'm gonna give it the Bomber Cyberpunk. With Jsrf Vs Future, its problem was when you're on a rail, you go straight. You can't really like 180. I was about to say Jsrf Vs Future. Bomber Cyberpunk, you can jump and then jetpack and go back that way. I think these guys learned from Sunset Overdrive. If you ever played that game, the rail riding, and that one's perfect. So you can instantly 180 if you have to. Jsrf Vs Future is a lot tougher. Let's hope in the future, if there's gonna be a future Jsrf radio game, that they learn from this, because if they don't, it's gonna make this game a lot better gameplay wise. But yeah, that's pretty much the only reason, because it's way more smoother. The jetpack lets you go in a specific direction you may want to go, but with Future it is older game, but that's one of the things that sucked. Like landing on specific rails, getting on specific, one of the prime areas problems is the I don't know the name of it in Jsrf Vs Future, but it's where you face the crazy cop guy, that crazy guy, and it's kind of where the immortals are. I'm not sure, I can't remember the map, but that place, look it up for you guys. Here's a quick image I can find of it, but this level is a prime example of why Future suffers, because you will suffer with landing on specific rails, not wanting to land on rails. The movement when you're in the air is so stiff at times. That's why I totally give it to Bomber Cyberpunk for gameplay. Next up we have story. I'm gonna give it to Bomb Rush again, because I think that it's a lot more interesting than Jsrf Radio. Now we're going off of Future because this is the most up-to-date, best one in my opinion. But even in the past Jsrf Radios, it's kind of the same thing. Government hates the graffiti, and our gang graffitis anyway. We're getting new people on our team, and at the end of Future, it's kind of like, the story's the same. Bomber Cyberpunk, totally different, while also including the government. And plus, one thing I also pointed out in my gameplay, or highlights, you can check that as well, was that in Future, you just face the cops and government. They have a cutscene or two. These guys actually, you see behind the scenes, get a couple scenes with the government, which was interesting, or the police, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bomber Cyberpunk for story. Way more interesting than Future, in my opinion. Characters, okay, for characters, you have a lot of cool characters, but I'm gonna give it to Jsrf Vs Future. The characters on here are like, there's maybe like one or two that are like, eh, but the rest are like memorable. More voice lines, which I personally like. I made another short, how when Bomber Cyberpunk, when they're on the rails, they don't make the sounds. Some found it annoying, some loved it. I loved it because it just added more to the character. They get more voice lines, it's just more cool. And then with Bomb Rush, they got some cool characters, but Future has a whole more, like 90% of the roster is cool. Well, everyone's cool, but like there's a couple of like for me, being honest. And then this one, it's like maybe like 4 or so I really like, and the rest are kind of but this one just has all of them. So for story, and we'll keep track here, see who wins this, but characters for sure. Jsrf Radio, that's one thing Bomb Rush didn't have, was a DJ Professor K, which in one of the trailers there's a girl talking. I thought that would have been, it would have been that girl being the Professor K, but they didn't have a Professor K in this, which is interesting because this is supposed to be a spiritual successor and heavily inspired from Jsrf Radio, so I'm surprised they didn't include that. But yeah, so for music, this is really tough. Bomb Rush has some good tracks. It's the same thing, I'm gonna say the same thing like the character. You got good tracks, but this one has like the whole package. Almost damn near every song in this is good. Same thing as I said with the characters. This has a ton more. This has very select that are really good. And if you like the tracks in Bomb Rush, Check out my tier list. I just recently put that out as the recording of this date. Tier list on the track, or the soundtracks, and we also did characters too. But Jet Set Radio Future, you got everything. Humming the bass line. People hate Birthday Cake. I actually grew to like it, but that's not like a top one. I'll say that. Humming the bass line. I cannot think. Concept of Love. List goes on. Yeah, for sure. Jet Set Radio Future gets that. So we're tied right now. Next up is World. Interesting, because Future has a lot more levels, a lot more of a world than Bomber Cyberfunk. Oh, yeah, I just kind of thought of this one. So World, if I'm gonna think of World, I guess levels, and it's kind of unfair because Future has a lot more levels. I'm gonna say the areas in Future are more interesting than Bomb Rush, because you got 99th Street. What else is it? The Sewage Point. Those are the ones at the top of my head, and there's another one, but I can't think of the name of it. I'm gonna give it to Jet Set Radio Future because a lot more memorable places, in my opinion. Police/government. Both of these have, police that chase after you / the government. In Future, I personally like the crazy guy with the gun, or who's the crazy detective cop guy in this game, although he's different in Jet Grand Radio, or Jet Set Radio 1. But we're talking about Future because, up to date, best one. And then with Bomb Rush, you do get that Colonel guy, but he gets killed off, and he doesn't even get into, you don't even face him. Then you have Rainfield, or Retfield, however you say your name. And you got the actual police. And then you got freaking what's his name is a part of it, I guess, too. Faux. So definitely more broadened. Future does. Future is pretty generic. It's got standard guys, and those standard guys are in tanks. I think I'm gonna give it to Bomb Rush because the cutscenes, get to see more of them. There's more police, special police characters involved in this. Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. But Jet Set Radio Future, I do love I don't even know his name, but he's the crazy guy with the blue coat and the waves around his pistol all the time. Yeah, I like that guy. I like how crazy he is. Menu. That's one of the biggest things. People may not count this. I count it because Bomber Cyberfunk, it's supposed to be a spiritual successor and looking up to Jet Set Radio, trying to almost copycat, but take inspiration. Their menu, I was a little disappointed when I first opened the game because it was just, you got a cool song that plays, but it's so basic. Got a little graphic, but like a lava lamp graphic, but it's like, Jet Set Radio Future, the concept of love. Boom, you see the characters going around the area. Like that's totally, they really fumbled. They could have had a cool menu. 2023, I forgot 2000 something, 2004, 2006, and the menu beats you. I'm surprised. They fumbled hard. Bombers fumbled on a chance to have a cool menu. You could have had Trice, Bell. But you can't. Well, you could have Trice and Bell, I guess. I guess a bit of a past and have Faux. The OG 3 before they split. Could have had them, kind of like before, kind of a. What do they call it? It's before you play the story and you see those three kind of grinding around a city or whatever. That's why Future wins. Because, you actually see the characters going around doing their thing. Team. So the team behind the game. This one's pretty tough because, Sega. But then they had a couple other teams in there. You had a Full Blast Hideki Nakanuma. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Full Blast, Full Him on soundtrack. Bravo. But then you have a newer team, Team Reptile, who communicative. Well, Sega has a lot on their plate, but these guys just had to focus on one game, so they could really talk and share things. They seem like a really cool, open, communicative, positive team. I don't know, I feel like I just got to give it to Bomb Rush because they're more communicative, more positive. Sega's kind of, they got a lot of things they're working on, so maybe they can't full attention to one game like these guys can. Full attention to this. So maybe a bit biased, but I'm gonna give it to Bomber Cyberfunk. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Wow, we're tied. The game breaker, tiebreaker. Oh shit. So, and I thought of this one like last second. Graffiti. Pretty tough. So this has new, higher resolution of graffiti. This one, you know, from an older game, but I'll try not to let it hold it back. I haven't played. See, this is kind of tough. I want to give it the Bomb Rush, but I haven't played this one in a while. But the only graffiti I can think of from this game is the one in the tutorial. First one you tag, which is medium, I think, medium size, and it's the one with the guy at the microphone. It's going like that. I kind of have to look up some pictures. As you can see, that's the one I'm talking about right there. I like that one. So yeah, Jsrf Vs Graffiti. That's custom. That's pretty cool. But that's not part of it. Ooh, okay. I've never seen that one. What the hell? We want Jsrf Vs Future Age. Yeah, that would be nice. Honestly, it's pretty tough, and I like that one too. That's actually from a certain artist. I forget. And they have a couple in the game too. Really tough. Man, I don't know. Maybe Future. I'm gonna give it to Future. So I guess Future wins in majority rules, but I would say gameplay is pretty important. Bomb Rush does win with gameplay, but Future. Yeah, if you had a Future HD version, and not just HD, remastered a bit, like maybe they kind of I don't know if remasters fix gameplay, but if you fix the like slow turning in the aerial movement when you're in the air and you move, if you fix a couple of, the movement was kind of tough in that game, felt kind of rough. If you did that, like a bit of a remaster, they fixed that, Jsrf Vs Future could win for sure. But I kind of want to say Bomb Rush wins this because gameplay is like, personally for me, gameplay is everything. If we're going for a majority, I guess Future does win. Yeah. That's my take. Let me know where I'm right, where I'm wrong. Let me know new topics that I missed any. I know when people do this character versus this character, battle IQ, prep time, or I don't know, preparing, strength, speed. That's kind of, can't really do it with this. Beat versus red. I could probably do that. Battle IQ goes to beat, or I don't know. That's pretty funny. But let me know any other topics I may have missed. I feel like I got the important stuff. But yeah, let me know which one's better. I think Future is better because that's what came first. But Bomb Rush affected the gameplay. Your characters are cool. You could have more unique characters, more locations, more unique locations, I suppose, as well. Your music's fine. I don't know, just Future beats you though. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what I missed. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. See ya. Future videos to come. Peace out.